this together. Good afternoon, Kansas City. This is Louis George Walker coming to you from the KUAW Radio, Knowledge, Understanding, and Wisdom, which is a part of the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. And we, in partnership with the WEB, Boys Learning Center, founded and started KUAW Radio. So this stands for Knowledge, Understanding, and Wisdom, and we are so glad to be with you. I've been outside in the yard working a little bit, but I thought of it started showing, talk with you guys a little bit about technology and what's going on. If you're listening to us right now on YouTube, which that's our only live broadcast that's going out video-wise right now, not on Facebook, but also you can pick us up audio if you got the Get Me Radio or online radio box. You've got a smart speaker. You can pick us up there. But we want to continue to put out these broadcasts. We may rebroadcast them later as we work with Facebook, looking at whatever the problems are, getting back online. But it may be a while before we're back on Facebook, but you can listen to us on YouTube. So tell your friends. Pick us up over here on the site of KUAW Radio. All right. So we're going to go right into the news of the day. There was a shooting over the weekend of the state representatives up in Minnesota, which was very bad news. In Kansas City, we had a pretty violent weekend with a lot of murders and a couple of bodies found. That just seems to be going on and on. I don't know if we're setting a record. I really don't care if we're setting a record. The main thing is that we're having way too much violent deaths happening in our city. So that's something that we really need to work on and see if we can get that stopped. Kansas City, we're better than that. As human beings, we have to learn how to live together and how to work together with each other. So I'm going to start off with some news so that we can get something a little bit more national. So let's go to Urban Network News and see what's going on with them right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Let's go.
This is UNN Urban Network News. I'm Alexander Caden. A North Carolina man says he was having a diabetic emergency when he beaten, punched, and tased by Spruce Pine, North Carolina Police Department officers has filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against the town and its officers. The owner of an iconic nightclub in the Dominican Republic, whose roof collapsed in April and killed 236 people, has been arrested along with his sister. A federal judge has blocked President Trump's attempt to overhaul elections in the United States, siding with state attorney generals who challenged the effort as unconstitutional. An attack on the United Nations food convoy in Sudan killed 5 people and prevented food deliveries to children and families who faced starvation. Multiple trucks were burned and critical humanitarian supplies were damaged. 4 detainees have escaped from a federal immigration detention center in New Jersey, which has been the center of protests since its opening in May. I'm surprised only 4 got out. Leaders of an organization that has sent more than 100 Haitian children with serious cardiac conditions to the U.S. for heart surgery says President Trump's ban on travelers from 19 countries will stall or cancel life-saving procedures for some of the children and young adults. A Navy vessel named after celebrated gay rights activist and Navy veteran Harvey Milk will no longer carry his name. The Navy did not say why the ship will be renamed, but they don't really have to because we already know. R. Kelly's people are in open discussions with people close to President Trump. You know what that could mean, right? You've been listening to UNN Urban Network News, national news and information for and about people of color. I'm Alexander Caden.
All right. Let me get back in here. Just a second. Let me turn down some of these knobs. Get my video back on here. There we go. Yeah, hey, got a different t-shirt on now. Yeah, it was thanks to the Royals. I had to get off that work shirt and get into this. But want to say thank you guys for hanging in there with us right now as we're working with things and trying to get everything moving in the way that we would like it to move and stuff. I was messing around with the screen today and got a little different adjustment going that I've got to work with. It was really bring in some of the sidelines. You know, sometimes you hit an adjustment and it does something totally different than what you expected it was going to do. Well, that happened to me just before the show. And as I tell people, I hate to be making changes just before the show because if something happens like this, then you don't have time to go back and get it corrected. So, yeah, we'll go along with it for right now. But we've got things coming up. One of the things that's happening in the news is I was noticing as we talk about AI, Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Meta, started off as Facebook, now it's Meta, is really trying to corner the market or trying to be the best in the AI. He's right now formed they're calling his Meta's super intelligence, not just artificial intelligence, but they're looking to make super intelligence part of their platform. And he's working on this because Facebook has kind of fell behind a little bit. They're not some of the things that they tried to roll out haven't been as widely adopted as they wanted it to be. So Zuckerberg is taking the helm himself on this superintelligence lab, the Meta Superintelligence Lab that they're putting together. They're recruiting people. They said they were looking for about 50 of the best researchers in there, and he's going to be selecting them. He's inviting them to his house. They're having dinner together, looking at things, talking, and he wants some of the best researchers in the AI industry, and he's willing to put up the bucks to get them. Yes, I was reading an article today. Let's see. Need to give that credit to the lady or the guy that put it together. Yes, we try to find these type of things at the last minute. I got to remember where I saw it now as I go through my mails. But he is putting together a dream team, so to speak, of people in the AI field, researchers and the like, to bring things up to, I guess, where he thinks they should be. So let's see if I can find that information that was in tech. That's not it. Some of the technology news that I get in on a daily basis to try and stay up with what's going on in the world. And this is a site, a digital site of technology. Let's see. It's somewhere. Digital Promise, that's not it. Microsoft, yes. Okay, we're looking at the news at the feeds I have right now, and I think it was tech. Yeah, always when you're trying to find something like this, you can't find it. But anyway, let me go back. I'll give credit. This is a story that's out on the airwaves right now, and it can't find the technology group that's putting that out, and I don't have it. Text. I tell you, this really gets me when I can't find research because I like to give credit where credit is due, and that is something that, we don't think of all this stuff, but sometimes you curate things and want to put them together for other people to be able to learn from, and that's what we do here at KUAW and stuff. We don't have a big staff. Well, we don't have any staff to go around and do some of this research. So as I'm doing that and then trying to look up where I found different things that I pick up from day to day, it sometimes gets to where I can't put it out. I should have put it down in the notes that I had. But anyway, it's been reported that for his new super intelligence lab that he's working on, to move data to the forefront of AI, they're offering salaries in the 7 to 9 figure range. 7 to 9 figure range. And you understand that? Seven is a million. If you get to 7 digits, you've got to a million. You get to a nine, you're at 100 million. So they're offering these researchers in the 7 digit to 9 digits. So some people are being offered up to $100 million to come to work on this super intelligence project. And if he's putting that much into it, there's got to be a lot of money to be made from it to pay salaries that would run in the hundreds of millions a year for researchers. And they're looking for the best in the field. They have to move to that area. They're going to be working right there. It's something that they're putting together. These are the ways that they're coming at it. Now, it's not always good that you put all your money out and it may not turn out that it is the best. Some people may register somewhere else with small companies and still do good things, but this definitely has the opportunity to put Meta into the driver's seat. But a lot of companies have been putting money into AI. It's making some money, but I don't know that everybody's gotten their money back so far. So that is a thing that, yeah, if you're investing in that, be careful. You maybe make a fortune and then you maybe won't make a fortune out of it. But those are things that we do or that is being done in the technology field. AI is very important. AI is an opportunity for machines to be able to do even more work than they're doing right now. It's a scary thing, or not scary. There's some things that would definitely need to be on the watch for with AI. There was a story in the Kansas City online community that just was talked about on the news about a man that supposedly did a good job in getting lights on at basketball courts in Swope Park, which is a park right here in the city. And now it turns out that that whole online story was generated by AI, that people, the shysters or what have you, hackers, or people just looking to take advantage, and set up a couple of GoFundMe pages because this man is supposed to have been arrested and he had done good deeds to get lights on so boys and girls could play basketball at Swope Park. And he was arrested by the police and they're trying to get him out of jail, all of this stuff, or to help him. And it turns out that the police hadn't arrested nobody in Swope Park for working with the lights, and not the person that was named in this story. And I guess they can probably stop the GoFundMe thing from paying out any of the money to it, if they found it quick enough. But those are things that we have to start looking out for. The good guys are working to make jobs or things better with AI, and then the bad guys are saying, hey, is this another way we can get money from people? Hackers have been using AI to build code to get around the defenses of other companies that are trying to stop the hacking. And they're letting AI bots do it so that they're coming up with a lot of different ways real fast. So AI can be used in a lot of different ways as it's making people or putting facsimiles of people, of well-known people, in different clothing or with no clothes. They're artificially doing their voices and mimicking them. You have to be real careful on things that you may think are real now because it can be a hacker. If you get a phone call or an email of one of your family members that needs help, needs you to send them some money, think twice before you do it. Call some people, do some checking because they're wanting to tell you they need some money real fast, so you don't have time to think about it. And the voice that you hear sounds just like your grandchild or sounds like a family member, but it's a cloned voice. That the family member is okay. Call the family member up, see if they answer the phone. Say, hey, I'm okay, and nothing's going on. So there's things, and I've even heard that you should have a code word that you use, that you, when you see that person, that you talk to that person, this is the code word, so that if somebody comes online, as you say, well, what's the code word? If they can't give that, then you need to be suspicious that, wait a minute, this probably isn't the person I think that I'm talking to. But anyway, uh, Mark Zuckerberg is working to really be ahead of AI, to really help with moving it forward, and it's going to get better. It's They're not getting ready to turn it off. It's something that's out there. So how we use it, how we protect ourselves, and how do we use it to our advantage? What can AI do for you to help you in your daily life? To help you with managing your money, to help you with getting a better job. That, how can you use AI to benefit your church or to do things better with your organization? There's a lot of ways that things can be used. So we don't want to just say, oh, we don't want to use them because, it could be bad. No, we want to use it, but we want to use it wisely, and we want to try and use any protections that are out there before we adopt something. Look at what's the security and how that is set up. But it's not to say that we don't use the technology. The technology is there, and the technology can be good or it can be evil, but that depends upon the people using it, not the technology itself. But that's what I wanted to say about that. The next thing we've got coming up is Juneteenth. Yeah, Juneteenth is happening this week. And let's see if I've got, that's going to be Thursday. And a lot of the celebrations may take part Friday the 20th, but the Juneteenth day is on the 19th of June. And I've got let's see, I think I've got a little bit to show you on that. If I can get this Juneteenth information on the screen. Just a second. We'll find out what we've got. There we go. Okay, let's see now. There you are. It's on there. Juneteenth. There. Make it a little larger. 18th and Vine. Saturday, June the 21st, is there going to be a celebration with the live on stage. There's going to be a parade. There's a lot of things happening leading up to Juneteenth. But 18th and Vine, the heart of the urban core, there will be things going on, as you see. Zulu Dance Connection, Brass Bungee, there'll be live. There'll be over 200 vendors where you can read that, see some of the things that'll be going on. Can't make that, can't get all of that in the center. That was what I was working with when I got the screen kind of messed up. But Juneteenth on the Vine. So there'll be something going on down in the 18th and Vine area almost the whole weekend, and really starting on Thursday, because on Thursday, and there's a lot of information. If you go to this Juneteenth KC, Juneteenth KC is what this page is here. You can look at where it shows history, vendors, things that are going on about the parade, about the festival, the health center, things that are happening on the Vine. It's right there. So go to that site, go to Juneteenth KC, put that into your browser, and you can see things that are going to be going on this coming weekend down in the 18th and Vine area. So you might want to get down and enjoy yourself, be able to sit out and think and reconnect. Remember what Juneteenth is all about, as they say up there with the history of it. And I don't think I can bring that up. Let's see if I can interact and open that just to see. Doesn't look like it's going to let me. Wait a minute. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, there's Juneteenth. Yeah, it's almost like I'm learning this on the fly, huh? Okay, let's see. We go. There we go. So on that page, you can actually find this history of Juneteenth, what it's about, um, when it started in 1865. So Juneteenth is over 100 years old. It used to be celebrated mainly in Texas and then in more places in the South. but slowly it became more of a thing that's being celebrated in African American communities all across the country. So that's been a good thing about Juneteenth, and that's what's happening. And part of what's going on with that Juneteenth celebration is going to be an event that's going to be happening at the Black Archives of Mid America. And it's going to actually happen on Juneteenth. See if I can bring up that story. Oh, no, that's a different one there. Let's see. Thought I had it lined up. Juneteenth. Maybe I don't. But there's going to be the kente cloth and African fabrics are going to be shown, the fabrics of Africa, at the Black Archives of Mid America. That's a free event. You can go in and see all of these different fabrics, and it's being sponsored by Afro KC. There'll be discussions. You'll be able to learn about the different fabrics and the story that was woven into fabrics that have been in Africa and in America that they brought over. So just like quilting, and we do a lot of quilting now, or our ancestors did, the making of the fabric in Africa was brought over, and it is still being done. So if you want to see and learn about Black American and African fabric making and some of the kente cloths and different cloths that have been made from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. this Thursday on Juneteenth. It's a free event. It's open for you to go in and learn about those fabrics, those things that were happening. So be sure and check that out. All right. There's another little, not a scavenger hunt, but a learning hunt that's going to be going on with that Juneteenth event. I didn't, if you want to learn more about African American history, I can't show it to you on this because the screen doesn't go over far enough. But there's a Hunt KC, the Hunt KC. They have riddles that you can go over in a map that will tell you about different parts of Black history here in Kansas City. So be sure and check this page out again, the Juneteenth page, and look for the Hunt KC. That will help you learn more of Black history, Black Kansas City history, and locations where things happened and where people lived or history was made. So be sure and check this out, Juneteenth KC. All right, all right. So the hunt that was there, the fabrics we want you to be able to check out. Let's see that I have anything else on there to bring. I think that was this one. Okay, yeah, we do have another bit to go over, and that is the Digital Opportunity Bible Study, Remembering, Rejoicing, and Reflecting. This is online. This is going to be happening in Detroit, Michigan, but they will have workshops and Zoom that you can go into this, helping you learn Black churches and digital equity. So it's about getting Black churches involved in helping to close that digital divide. And they're having a National Digital Opportunity Bible Study. So you can check that out. Put that in on your web. I think it says go to Black Churches the number 4, digitalequity.com. So www.blackchurches, the number 4, digitalequity.com. So that's Black Churches for digitalequity.com, and find out. You can view this. It's absolutely free. They've got a Zoom link. You just register and you can see some workshops about getting into digital classes, about basics of the digital world, and about jobs and stuff. So this is what our churches should be doing. We should be doing more of this even in Kansas City. And I think I've got a little video. Maybe you can hear them talk just a little bit about it. Let me see if I can pull that back up. Here we go.
We're being called to build new bridges between faith and future.
Whether you're learning how to use your email or perhaps build your first website, this is the place that you want to be.
Greater Grace Temple is honored to be hosting Black Churches for Digital Equality. This coalition's National Opportunity Bible Study will take place in this sanctuary on Thursday, June the 19th from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m.
We're bridging generations, making tech make sense.
Our aim is to enhance digital equity, expand access to technology, and to prepare participants with the future of work through hands-on training with workshops and strategic partnerships.
Bring your church, bring your neighbor, bring that cousin who's always fixing the Wi-Fi.
Tell a friend, tell a pastor, somebody that needs to be here, you get them here. In this season of freedom and forward movement, we're being called to build new bridges between faith and future.
Whether you're learning how to use your email or perhaps build your first website, this is the place that you want to be.
Greater Grace Temple is honored to be hosting Black Churches for Digital Equality. This coalition's National Opportunity Bible Study will take place in this sanctuary on Thursday, June the 19th from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m.
We're bridging generations, making tech make sense.
Our aim is to enhance digital equity, expand access to technology, and to prepare participants with the future of work through hands-on training with workshops and strategic partnerships.
Bring your church, bring your neighbor, bring that cousin who's always fixing the Wi-Fi.
Tell a friend, tell a pastor, somebody that needs to be here, you get them here.
So that's the digital opportunity Bible study. Now, I'm not affiliated with the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. Does not get any kickback or anything from this. I just saw this and thought I would share it with you. I hope that the churches don't come back on us about it, but it was important. It's getting ready to happen in a couple of days. So I put it out there. I don't have the rights to this video off of YouTube, and it's just being used for digital information that I'm passing along to you. I hope that you can use that. But it's a good thing that we get more of our churches involved in this digital equity thing. I mean, yeah, free computers is always good. We don't mind that. But also in classes and ongoing study to stay up on things. I mean, how many of our churches are working with AI or having some classes, discussion with the staff of how we can use AI? Or are we talking with our membership about what AI is, what its potential is, and what the pitfalls to watch out for? All of this stuff should be going on through our church membership as well as our clubs and organizations. Because we need to get that information out, and we need to let our whole community know that technology is important, not just the youth, but for all of us, because we're impacted by technology day in and day out, whether you want to or not. Unless you moved out in the woods and you have no electrical hookups and you never go into town and you don't have to see a doctor or anything, you're digitally connected. But if you are out there, you're probably not watching this anyway because you don't have anything to watch it with. But other than being just totally disconnected from the world, you are connected. Now, you don't have to connect to everything, but we need to be able to pick and choose our level of comfort with digital technologies. And we can only do that if we have a little knowledge about the digital technologies and which ones may be beneficial, which ones can be of help to us and assist us in what we're doing. Because they're using it and they will use technology against you. So you have to know how to use technology for you in the same way. So, that's my soapbox for today. I'm glad that I was able to talk with you a little bit. I'm gonna go back outside. I gotta fight some ants that have found their way to get into the house. So I gotta put this stuff all around the house to see if I can keep these little bitty ants. One turns up here and there, And it's like, okay, how are you getting in? So that's something I got to go work on, but that's just, a day in the life. But this is the Black Family Technology Awareness Association, BFTAA, and more. Go out and enjoy a Juneteenth celebration this Thursday, and think and remember about those that came before us and those that in 1865, after a lifetime in bondage, finally found out that they were free, that they could be self-determining of where they live, where they work, what they do. It was probably something that was unimaginable to many of them, something that they maybe dreamed about, that they prayed about, and wanted. But when it finally came, can you just imagine what would the feeling be like that all of a sudden you're free, and what do you do? What opportunities lay before you? What can you do? So think about that day when they heard that and said, you're your own person now. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. You can do good, you can do bad, you can go up, you can go down, but it's all up to you. And that's what we need to remember on this Juneteenth, is those and that reaction then, and what we're going to do with that feeling today, from that freedom that was given more than 100 years ago to the last slaves down in Galveston, Texas in 1865. All right. This is Louis George Walker. You've been listening to the BFTAA and More show. I'll be back with you again next Monday from 5 to 5:30, 5:45, somewhere like that. Maybe every once in a while something big comes along, we'll be on until 6 o'clock. But I want you to be safe, be careful, celebrate responsibly as you celebrate this weekend, as you go to picnics and family events. Be sure and do it responsibly. Stay safe. Don't get involved in violence. If you don't, just don't get involved in it. We don't need any more unnecessary deaths. We don't need any more young people, older people, women, anyone to die through senseless violence. So let's try and talk things out, try to work with each other, try to listen to each other so that we can maybe get the conversations going and leave the violence down. Let's go out and make this a great day. This is Louis George Walker thanking you for joining me. I will see you again next week from BFTAA and the More Show. Be sure to check us out on KUAW.org. You can see where we're broadcasting. Listen to us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're out of here. Talk to you next week.